Hi, I'm Lindsey Patrick-Wright. I'm the manager of the Southeast branch of the Nashville Public Library. I've always wanted to do cooking classes in the library, so I'm taking this opportunity to bring you cooking classes at home. So we've already done some pretty easy recipes in the Instant Pot, and this recipe is also going to be easy as well, and a crowd pleaser. We are going to be making spaghetti and meat sauce in the Instant Pot. Now, I don't know about you, but I feel like during quarantine, all I do is load the dishwasher and empty the dishwasher. Load and empty. Well, what's great about this is it takes a recipe that usually dirties up 4 or 5 dishes and it cooks it all in the Instant Pot, even the dry pasta. So for this recipe, you're going to need 8 ounces of dry pasta, a pound of ground meat. I'm using ground turkey. You can use whatever ground meat you like to use in your meat sauce, a tablespoon of olive oil, 2 cups of water, split. We're going to use a half first, and then we're going to use 1 1/2 later. 24 ounces of your favorite pasta sauce, and a spatula for breaking up the meat. Now this is going to use a new feature that we haven't explored yet. It's going to use the Sauté feature, and for that, I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer. We powered on the Instant Pot by plugging it in. Now for the first part of this recipe, we aren't going to need the lid on the Instant Pot. So we're going to take it off and set it to the side. To get the Sauté feature working, we're going to press the Sauté button, and we're going to use the plus or minus arrows to make sure that it's set to normal. So Sauté, and it's set to normal. We're going to give it a few minutes to get heated up, and that's going to put direct heat at the bottom of the pot. After you've given the bottom of the pot a little bit of time to heat up, you'll pour in your tablespoon of oil, and then you're going to put your ground meat in. You can hear it sizzling, and then you just brown your meat exactly like you would if it were on the stove top. So once you have the meat browned, you're going to turn off the heat on the Instant Pot. And you'll do that by pressing the cancel button, which is right here. So that'll turn the heat off, but of course there's still residual heat in the bottom of the pan. So our next step is going to be to make sure that we don't have any bits at the bottom of our Instant Pot. So right now I have quite a bit of liquid still in the bottom, so I'm just going to pour just a little bit of that half cup in, and I'm going to use my spatula to scrape the bottom of the pot to try to scrape up all of those little meat bits that might be burnt to the bottom of the pan. Now that we have all of the bits off the bottom of the pan, we're going to move on to our next step, which is layering in our ingredients. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to pour the entirety of the 24 ounces of pasta sauce into the pot and give that a stir. So our next step is putting the pasta in. So to do that, we're going to break the pasta over the pot, and you're just going to layer it in there. Try not to fuss with it much. I know you want to. I know you want to stir it around, but just lay it in there. Then you're going to take the rest of your 1.5 cups of water, and you're going to put it into your pasta jar. This makes sure we're not just pouring in water, we're actually getting the great flavor of that pasta sauce. Give it a little shake, and you're going to pour that on top of the pasta. Now right now it looks pretty soupy in there, but remember a lot of that liquid is going to be absorbed by the pasta. Again, here you want to give it a stir. I understand the impulse, but resist. It's very important to make this recipe work. So let's put our lid on, and we're going to make sure that the valve is set to sealing. And now we're going to cook this on high pressure for 8 minutes. And we do that by pressing the pressure cook button. And right now it's set to normal high pressure, which is what we want it at. And we're going to bump it up to 8 minutes. It's going to take about 10 to 12 minutes to come to pressure. When it comes to pressure, we're going to know because the float valve on top will have popped up. The pot has now come to pressure, and we know that because 8 minutes has appeared on the display, and the float valve is popped up. So now it's going to start counting down from 8 to 0. Once the display gets down to 0, you'll hear a series of loud beeps. That means the cooking time is over. Now for this recipe, we're going to do a quick release once that initial cooking time is over. And the way we do that is we're going to take the valve and we're going to take it from the sealing area to the venting area. Now there's going to be a lot of pressure in this pot, so a lot of steam is going to come out, and it is hot steam, so make sure that you're careful. Because there was so much pressure in the pot, it took about 3 minutes for all of the pressure to release. We know that the pressure has released when the float valve pops down, and that means it's safe to open the pot. Now remember, there's going to be a lot of steam on the inside, so when you open up the lid, make sure that you open it away from yourself. Alrighty, let's take a look and see. Oh, first you want to give it a good stir. So now it's safe to stir the pasta. It smells perfect. The noodles look like they're cooked perfectly. Look at that. Pasta is perfectly cooked and every single noodle has sauce all over it. So we don't need this to cook anymore. So we're going to unplug the Instant Pot and then we're going to take the inner pot out. Now, of course, it's hot, so don't touch it with your bare hand. All right, let's give this a try. This is great. The noodles are covered in the sauce. And my very favorite part is that I only have one pot to clean at the end of this, instead of having to cook the meat sauce pot and the pot that we cooked the pasta in and the colander. I just have this one pot to clean. That is a victory. So if you're inspired and want to move on, we have all kinds of Instant Pot cookbooks available on our Overdrive app. In fact, if you want to try lasagna in the Instant Pot, there's a recipe for it in the Ultimate Instant Pot Cookbook, which is available on our Overdrive app. And the best part, all of this reading that we're doing in cookbooks will count towards summer reading. So while you're preparing for dinner, you're also getting points in the Summer Reading Challenge. How great is that? Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all stay safe, wash your hands, and we hope to see you real soon.